Whew. It's a cold one. Get that light to turn on. There we go. In case you're not aware of what it's like having snow and cold, if you hear that noise, that's a crunch. That means it's cold. It's about 0 right now. Whew. Somebody's got a fire going though. I can smell that. Probably won't be any warmer in here. Nope. Come on in out of there though. Oh man. What do we got? Yeah, it's actually quite a bit warmer in here. It's 20-ish. 19, 18. For the main reason why I came out here, these fluorescent ballasts are probably going to Mr. Matt Cremona. And I was talking to him. Basically, I have a whole stash of bulbs over there. There's a good number of them. Pretty sure at least half of them are probably dead. You can see that some of them have black ends, but I think there's still probably some good bulbs in there. I know at least 3 of them work because I took them out. And then I have 4 ballasts and mounts over here. I know at least 2 of the ballasts are bad, probably 3. I know 1 of them works, but yeah, so I'm gonna see if I can get those in my Forester, and then I'm gonna meet him at the MWTC8 meet tomorrow and see what we can do there. See if I can get those in there. So yeah, that'll be fun in this nice cold weather. These things actually weigh a lot more than you would think they would. One down, 3 to go. And I probably won't put any bulbs in there. I don't think. So I apologize, there might be a little bit of wind noise. It's a little bit breezy, but yeah, so here we are about 3 weeks later. A little bit nicer. In case you can't tell, no jacket. Last time I was out here, it was like 0. Now it's like 60. It's pretty crazy. So I haven't gotten a whole lot done because I didn't have much to get done in the recent time with what I had, but there is a problem. That is a problem. So, as you can see, when they built this garage, there was 1, not only a bunch of crap left back here, but 2, they didn't do so good with the grading. So that is definitely a pretty big problem. And we'll go head on inside and I'll show you why. Alright, so immediately upon getting inside, you can see slight problem. There's a little bit of water here. Well, keep going, you can see where I had more water. So there was obviously some water around here. And we still have water there. And you can see again, all of this, there was water around here too, and this is still damp. See, footprint. And at one point I had a lot of water around here too, and there's still some water seeping in back here from all of that. So I need to move some of this stuff before it gets any more wet. that's a bummer. So yeah, needless to say, that's gonna have to get fixed before I can use this space. I knew that it was an issue because you could see where it looked like somebody had already tried sort of that waterproofing basement coating stuff here along the foundation. Obviously, water didn't care. That didn't work. So I kind of knew that it was a problem because I kind of saw the damage, or not the damage, but the kind of results of water on the floor over here before. And I also kind of knew because there was one warm day where there was a little bit of ice in here, and I was trying to figure out where that was coming from. At first I was like, oh crap, I hope there's not a leak in the ceiling. But I don't know if I would have preferred that or this. So yeah, so I'll get to look into that. Obviously this is quite wet. Very wet. Oh look, and a bug. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'll have to deal with that. Hopefully I'll be able to do most of that from the outside. Oh man, there's a lot of water in here. Kind of a bummer. Would have been nice to know about that before I started doing all this work, but luckily, I guess I found out before I had anything else in here. Luckily, the only thing that I've purchased that's in here is either up off of the floor, like all of this, or this, which doesn't look like it got wet at all. And the bikes, which I have most definitely gone through the water puddles and all kinds of muddy trails and that kind of stuff on my bike, so don't really care about that either. So luckily no harm to anything that I brought in here, so no machines, no workbench or anything like that. But yep, that kind of sucks. I'll get to deal with that. Otherwise, just a quick, feels pretty nice in here. Yeah, about 55. It's actually probably a little bit warmer outside when you're standing in the sun, but not too bad. So let's see, where did we leave off? So the last video, I was, I think, showing the outlets that I had put in. So I got those 4 outlets in and wired, and they are controlled by a switch. There's currently nothing plugged into them at the moment, but I do need to get a blank plate. Actually, I have a blank plate, I just need to get it installed. And so this is the lights. This one is the outlets. And then this one overrides the outside motion light, which actually doesn't turn on because, well, it's 1 outside and 2. It's also hooked up to it's also hooked up with a dusk dawn timer. So obviously that's not going to turn on, it's a little bright. But yeah, so pretty happy with all that. I got that pretty much done. I also added this 2x4 here and some bracing because I didn't want to have all of the wires running on this side, which is where they all were, all 3 of them were before. So I've got just the 2 there and then 2 on the other side, and then they go into the switch box. And I got this thing replaced, got rid of this. Single gang, 2 switches in favor of the 4. So that's good. I also have obviously another space here, and there's room in the box. I have places where I can connect another switch if I wanted to. I'm not sure that I'm going to, at least at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, if anything. Probably just leave it there for now and see if I ever need it later. One of the things I was toying around with was actually using plywood to cover from the floor to the ceiling along these 2. So basically plywood from here to here to essentially let me be able to take it off pretty easily if I needed to access that area for wires. If I wanted to add another switch, you know, maybe I want some outlets up in the ceiling on this corner, or I want to control something else. I don't know. We'll see. I'd be able to take off that panel and then, you know, run it up, take out the insulation that'll be in there, run the line up to the top, and then get into the attic and just run it wherever I need to from there. So we'll see. That's not really anything I'm too concerned about at the moment. So other than that, I've pretty much quit doing anything for a little while now. I'm going to start working on the outlets. Hopefully the weather will stay nice. It's supposed to be in the mid 60s all week, so, or mid 50s rather. So yeah, I'm gonna try and see about getting some more of these outlets wired up. Obviously I still have all of these, and I forgot to grab these cover plates for my fluorescent lights. The fluorescent lights went to Matt Cremona. I met up with him at an MWTCA meet as per the other video, and I thought he was going to come get the bulbs in those, but I haven't heard back from him, so I'll have to circle back. But otherwise, I hope to get rid of those soon. If he doesn't take them, then I'm just going to go recycle them, bring them to the recycle center, and they'll take care of that for me. So that's nice. Don't have to do anything stupid, like try and crush them up and throw them away, because that would be not good. So luckily I can get rid of those for free, which is nice. But then the next thing I need to figure out is what height I want to run the wires. I obviously could just use the existing holes. I could drill new holes at around the same height. I don't know, kind of annoys me that it's up and down a little bit. I'd like to have them a little bit more even. But the other thing that I was kind of thinking about was possibly running them up and then over across the top. And the only reason why I'm thinking about doing that is because then I can have all of the wires run up higher instead of down low, where I'm much more likely to put a screw in the wall and have to pay attention to where the wires are. So I was thinking about putting them up higher just so that I could, you know, mark off a certain height from the top and then drill holes all the way across there and run the wires. But I would probably use like a story stick of sorts, probably not a 2x4, but like a 1x2 maybe. And that way I could just get a consistent height and mark it, and then maybe put a piece of trim around there or something just to kind of tell me where I ran the wires, just so I can see, so that way I don't ever run a nail or anything in there to hang something or whatever. Because I don't think, I mean, I was thinking, you know, probably running them maybe around this high. Yeah, somewhere in there. And I mean, that's already, you know, 8 feet. I can't reach up there. So basically, I mean, I'm already reaching up here, so I can't quite, you know, so it's pretty unlikely that I would get too much in the way of cupboards that would be much higher than up here as far as hanging. So I don't know what I'm going to do, like with all the space above that. I probably won't put a whole lot up there. And if I do, I could just look up, you know, on my story stick where I put the wires. Yeah, so I'll probably talk to the city when I start, you know, looking to have this inspected and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do that before I get too far, just in case I did something that they don't like, or just to ask a couple of questions. That way, you know, I can try and at least keep them happy, because I do plan on, like I said, finishing everything and then having a heat source. And I haven't decided yet. It either might be over in that corner, is kind of what I was thinking, either that or over in this corner. Probably not in the front corners. I don't know why, but most likely I'll probably see if I can do it in one of the back 2 corners for the heat, and then probably an air conditioner on the back wall somewhere that I'll get to frame in for that. But basically, if I'm going to have them out with the city permits and all that stuff, and then also for insurance reasons, I'll have to have things inspected and signed off and all that kind of stuff just to help with that. So that'll be hopefully my next step, is getting all of that figured out. And then it'll be time to start doing some baffle installations and working on the ceiling. So that'll be fun. Well, I think that's pretty much all I've got. So as always, thanks for watching, and any questions or comments, please feel free to post those below. I always try to get to all of those. And until next time, I will catch you later.